It's quite a sight. 7 507s sitting in front of the entrance to the BMW Museum in Munich. These rare roadsters aren't flanking the red carpet for nothing. They've come to welcome another 507 to Munich, where a show is being held in its honour.
Das Auto war
507 expert Karl-Heinz Langer says this car was quite extraordinary and a sensation for BMW. It has an aluminium body, which was quite rare at the time, and the world's first all-alloy V8 engine, which provided good driving performance. He adds that the car looks stunning. It's a real showstopper.
Es war also wirklich eine Schau, würde man heute sagen.
The guest of honour arrived earlier. The red 507 had spent years collecting cobwebs in the US and was in bad shape. But it was brought to the museum exactly as it was. Even the layers of dust were preserved. BMW's Ulrich Knieps says they've been working towards this day for a long time. They've been in contact with the owner for years. Now the day has come when they can finally show off this unrestored vehicle to the public, with the mandate to restore it to its original, nearly new condition for Mr. Castor.
Wieder in den Originalzustand, fast in den Neuzustand wieder zu versetzen.
But why devote a special show to an antique car in such awful condition? What makes this car so unique? Klaus Kutscher says just 254 BMW 507s were ever built, but this one's really special. It was a show car at the Frankfurt Motor Show. Then, race car driver Hans Stuck drove it in mountain rallies. Then it was overhauled and sold to Elvis Presley. Kutscher says that when Elvis returned to the US, he likely took the car with him. They assume that's what happened as the car turned up in private ownership in Alabama. It was then sold to Jack Castor, who used it for everyday driving. So Elvis Presley drove this 507 during his stint as an American GI in Germany. Now the car is receiving the kind of star treatment once reserved for the king of rock and roll himself. Even though its paint job is a little the worse for wear. Originally white, it's said that Elvis had the body painted red as ardent female admirers kept writing their phone numbers on it in red lipstick. Today, the car needs a makeover both inside and out. It's hard to believe that the king ever sat behind this white steering wheel. Klaus Kutscher explains that first the vehicle will be completely dismantled. Then they'll separate the aluminium shell from the steel frame and place the frame in an immersion bath to remove the paint. After that, they'll reconstruct what remains. As Kutscher says, no more spare parts are available. In the old days, they hammered out the body shell over wooden forms. But as BMW's classic division has restored several 507s, they've developed plastic forms over which they can hammer out the aluminium shells. First, they're celebrating the arrival of Elvis's 507 with music from the King. But soon the work will begin in earnest. BMW Classic aims to finish the restoration in 2 years. So, what will happen to the Roadster once it's been restored to its former glory? Ulrich Knieps says it will remain in the museum on permanent loan. BMW has persuaded Mr. Castor to let it display the car here, but Castor's name will appear with the vehicle to make it clear that he's still the owner.
Und es ist damit klar ersichtlich, dass es sich weiterhin in seinem Besitz befinden wird.
Along with its proud owner, visitors to the BMW Museum can hardly wait for the 507 to look the way it did when the king of rock and roll sat behind the wheel.